Expressions. Today I'll be talking to a young lady, Medupi Matlala, who has passed matric with 6 distinctions. So she'll be telling us about her future plans and how she feels about passing matric this well.
I feel so excited, like I'm so over the moon, because like it was one of my short-term goals to like get above 5 distinctions. So I'm so excited. And I've studied very hard. Like it was hectic. It was a bit, difficult. Waking up early, going to school every Saturday. Like it wasn't something that I was used to, because grade 11, it was just Monday to Friday. But then grade 12, everything had to change. I had to cut off some of the things that I used to do, like dancing on Saturdays.
What subjects were you studying and what subjects did you pass so well?
I got distinctions in all the subjects except for English and maths. Yeah, and I'm so proud of my accounting mark, because like accounting is one of my favorite subjects. Actually, it's my favorite, and I got a 93, so I'm so proud and happy. Yeah.
Oh wow, well done. So what are you planning to do this year? Like where do you wanna go? Do you wanna study further? What do you wanna do since you've passed so well?
Okay, so like I want to study adverts. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to UCT, but then I feel like it's too far, and yeah, now I'm feeling so scared about it and all that. But then I applied at VETS and they accepted my offer. To young people out there, I would like to say, you must have a passion in what you do. Be passionate about everything that you do in order to be able to attain that thing, Because when you have passion, you can work towards that passion, Be passionate, work hard.
A huge congratulations to the class, at least matric class of 2018 Mgo, and a happy new year to all our lovely viewers. We hope you enjoyed your long and very deserved break. It is so good to be back on your screens. I'm your host, Jacqueline Mapala. Welcome to Expressions, SABC1's biggest current affairs show.
Yeah, you said it right. And at the back of that, halala to the matriculants, and they've all indeed done us proud. Now, I'm your host, Umolisi Wagomasango. Of course, we're back on your screens for the very first installments of the year 2019, right? And it's going to be a very great year. Now, our poll question this evening, Siyabuzage, did the matric class of 2018 live up to the expectations?
Well, that's a very important question, because last week, Thursday, Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga announced that the matric class of 2018 has achieved an overall pass rate of 78.2%. Now, this pass rate is an improvement from the 2017 class, which was 75.1% in terms of their pass rate.
And meanwhile, the Independent Examinations Board, IEB, Ngamafushane, recorded a 98.92% matric pass rate for the year 2018. As Expressions, we took to the streets to find out what young people have to say about the 2018 matric results. Do take a look at this.
I'm here in Mapetla High School in Soweto to celebrate with those who have passed and to encourage those who haven't made it.
I am so excited. Like, I've been expecting this marks. Like, hey, I've been studying the year and it's this marks.
So I'm feeling so excited. I'm happy with my results. I've worked hard all these years. I'm so happy that I've got such results.
It's been a rough road, and then at least Diki safe landing. It's been tough, but at least, we've made it through.
I'm so excited. I'm over the moon, and this year was a very tough year for me, so I'm so excited.
We've been coming here since 7 o'clock in the morning, studying hard, doing everything we have to do. We went all out to get this result, so I'm very excited.
What are you planning to do this year?
I'm planning to go to University of Northwest. It's new, and I'm planning to study biokinetics. Quite a nice course.
I'm planning to go to UJ to study psychologist. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best this year.
I'm planning to go to Northwest to study becoming economics. Yeah, it's been what I've been wanting to do.
I'm going to study marketing because I wanted to study marketing. That's why I'm doing commerce.
Me, I'm going to UJ. I'm going to study radiology, and I want to make my mom proud. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to further my studies this year So I'm going to UJ to do logistics.
There are learners who didn't apply, ne? But they have passed with bachelors. And then they think I must sit at home without doing nothing, which is wrong. There are TVET colleges. They can go to TVET colleges and do a particular course that will help them. Remember, in our country, there is a shortage of skills, okay, in terms of entrepreneurship and stuff. That can boost our economy. Instead of us going and working, but this young generation, they can come up with what creative ideas and manufacture. We are tired of buying cars from internationally. Why can't we produce our own thing?
Clearly, celebrations all around, and as expressions, we want to say we are proud of the class of 2018's matriculants. You've done as proud as expressions, but I'm not going to have this conversation by myself. To take this discussion further, I'm joined in studio by Terence Kala, a media relations officer from the Department of Basic Education, and I'm also joined by a bright spark, the girl that just makes us feel really bad. I'm joined by Katlego Mahlo, who's a matriculant who received 8 distinctions. Welcome to Expressions, guys.
Thank you very much.
And of course, I never do this by myself. I'm joined by my co-host, Mkolisi, who is going to be manning our social media corner and obviously bringing some of your perspectives and insight on all this important conversation that we're having in studio. But you know what? I'm going to get straight into it. I mean, Terence, we have somebody like Katlego. Katlego makes me feel really bad because in matric, the Z, the Z, the D, the G, and so forth. But 8 distinctions. So clearly the matriculants of 1820, at least 2018, have done us really proud. And I think as the Department of Basic Education, what would you like to say to them? We want to celebrate them today and say, well done, you've done us proud.
I think definitely. I think Katlego stands as testament to what's really achievable and what can be achieved with a lot of hard work and consistency. And we're definitely very proud of the class of 2018. They've increased the pass rate. 78.2 is no mean feat. We're definitely happy that they've managed to show an upward trajectory, and we're definitely proud of them. And I think this then sets the bar very high and sets out to the class of 2019 to say, can you better that?
Extremely. And Katlego, you make us so proud. You know, when I think about whether this country is ready for female leaders, female presidents, women like you, young women like you make me think of that. And I think we just want to find out, 8 distinctions. What was your key to success? What did you do that was different?
I think I had a lot of support from the sponsorship program that I'm on, SSP. It was a great help. Having fantastic friends who are there for you all the time. Also, I did a lot of past papers, which helped great. I studied through the holidays, just prioritizing your time, knowing what to do, when to do it. And I prayed, and yeah, exercise also helped.
So I think the big question then would be, what are you going to study?
I'm planning to study actuarial sciences at UCT.
Oh. Yeah. Can we just hello, girl power? That is absolutely incredible. You know, Katlego, I want to find out from you. There are a lot of young people right now currently who are saying, you know what, I didn't get 8 distinctions, right? And for me, I'm wondering what the next step is. Maybe just a word of inspiration. As someone who is an example of excellence, I want you to speak to young people who feel like, I don't know, I didn't get 8 distinctions, but I didn't do so well. Inspire them, please.
I think failure doesn't mean defeat. It's just a stumbling block. It's just another bump in the journey that you're about to partake in, and you're building towards that dream that you're trying to attain. So, don't give up. It's not the end of the world. Just keep going.
Yeah. You know, Terence, and I think it's really important, as much as we want to celebrate excellence, we want to celebrate young people who've done extremely well, we also know that on the flip side of that, there are young people who haven't done necessarily well. What are the options that are there? As a department, what alternatives have you created for either young people or matriculants of 2018 who've not necessarily gotten the right kind of marks to get into university? Or I think let's deal with the facts. Maybe matriculants who failed.
Well, I think that's a very pertinent question that you ask, because as much as yes, we are celebrating excellence, I think we need to realize that we don't want to leave anybody behind. And candidates that did not achieve at the level that they had hoped, we do have 2 options for them. They can apply for remarks or rechecking. They'll be able to go through the examination scripts and then make sure that all the questions that were answered had been marked and all the marks had been tallied correctly. So candidates have up until the 19th of January to apply for that. But we also have supplementary examinations that will be coming up in June, and candidates have up until the 31st of January to apply for those. So I think it's not all doom and gloom. I think we obviously are celebrating the likes of Katlego, but we want to make sure that everybody does achieve at that level, yeah.
I mean, look, your department is definitely on the spotlight, especially during this time of the year. 78.2%. I mean, this is definitely an improvement. I want to find out, what have you done right? I mean, we know as well that Gauteng has done exceptionally well. It's #1 in terms of its pass rate, but we also know that a province like Limpopo has not done so well. So we want to find out, what have you learned from this process? What have you done right? But most importantly, what can you improve so that we don't have situations like the province of Limpopo?
Sure. I think definitely firstly on looking at what we've managed to do right and how we've managed to assist the class of 2018. We offered both winter and spring classes. So like Katlego mentioned as well, that she also went for classes during the holidays. We offered extra tuition as well to learners, and as well as online support as well. I mean, past papers have always been available on our website, and we've always encouraged learners to go through those because they give them a very good sense of what they can expect within the examinations. But I mean, obviously looking at those that haven't achieved that well, I think more consistent support to those provinces as well, and just making sure that the learners and the teachers and the officials there don't then lose hope in the fact that they can still achieve. And I mean, we look at the province like Gauteng, that's really just shot through the roof and managed to achieve so high. I mean, we can really use that as a benchmark and say, look at what's possible when we work hard and apply ourselves diligently.
Yeah, excellent. And I think we want to say to you as a young person, if you're a matriculant and you didn't do so well in terms of this year, we want to say to you there are other alternatives. I mean, South Africa is alive with so many possibilities. Who knows? Maybe God has a different plan for you, a different destiny for you. You're watching Expressions. We'll be back after this. Nkolisi, on the flip side of this.
I guess Pinderson Bingeles Namgela, you are still watching Expressions, your hashtag #1 youth current affairs show. Now, did the matric class of 2018 live up to expectations? That's the big question. Now, I'm now joined by Lungiswa SABC matriculant who got 4 distinctions. Kanye nokopane lesabe, an IEB matriculant who got 1 distinction. Gentlemen, welcome to Expression.
How are you doing?
Great to have you guys on the show.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
So I'm sure this hasn't really synced in, right? Would you guys agree with me?
Well, of course, really, it hasn't, because, I mean, school has only ended, like, just now, you know, like, you've only begun to enjoy yourself, like, your holidays, and you've only begun to, like, find yourself, you know what I mean? So once you get your marks, when it first comes in, you're truly not expecting it, you know, like, and once you get it, it still isn't in you yet, you know, like, you still haven't processed the entire thing, you know, you're still feeling as if, oh, no, it's holidays, but then you realize that, wow, hey, life is here, my marks are here, you know, varsity's here. I mean, January this month has been hectic, you know?
Yeah. Lungi, so now you got 4 distinctions, right?
Yes, sir.
You have someone, I remember at some point we were doing a show where we were asking if matriculants are ready for my exams, Abo, right?
Yes.
Some of them were saying, are not ready, you know?
Yes.
For example, you come from a school in Soweto, and some people were saying, no, the quality of education in Malokshin is not up to scratch. But look at you, man.
Yes.
Tell us more about your distinctions.
Well, with hard work, I guess I made it through, and through my dedication to my work, and even though they say that the quality of education in Ikasi are equal rights, it's perfect, because once it got exposure, like it did to me, my 70s to go far, you know.
And it's hardworking young people like you who disband such myths indeed. Now, Jensen, preparation, right? Tell us what went into the preparation for the exams. How did you all do it?
Well, I kid you not. I can't deny the fact that it was difficult. You know, like, first of all, you know, you have to stray away from all types of temptations. You know, you still have to set your mind right. You have to, like, figure out what exactly it is that you want to achieve. You know, you have to envision your goal and you have to set yourself to achieve it. And, like, once you actually get into it, it comes all right. I mean, for me, personally, preparation for these exams, like, what happened was I had to, like, work at it. like every single day. And most of the time I really couldn't because, I mean, yeah, you get tired of studying. I mean, you can't look at a book all day, every day. It eventually...
You know, we're also talking to young people who didn't really do as well as you guys did. But we just want to tell them, Uguti, there's also a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, it's not the end of the world. What would you want to say to those young people?
Well, actually, it's not the end of the world if you fail grade 12. Like I did, I failed grade 11, and I decided to like not look at failure as something is unstoppable, but as an obstacle to it. I must work even harder. And I took my failures as a blessing in disguise because I got a second chance and I did well. Wow,
gentlemen. Yeah? And I have to wish you guys all the best going forward. And I know, Kopano, you've already even prepared a CV because young people must know, going beyond school, you need to have your paperwork in check. But we'll get back to that just now. Mbugeli Lapikaya, we also encourage you to be in touch with us. That's why we check in with your WhatsApp voice note for this evening. Now, this is your expression.
Hi, Expressions. I'm Miripi Johanna Matala. I got a bachelor in 6/8, and I think the Matric 2018 lived up to expectations because we are obviously expecting them to do better than Matric 2017, which is what happened. So I think they did a very good job, and they lived up to expectations. Shout out to Matric 2018.
Well, that's a shout out to you guys. You guys are famous. You're getting shout outs on my show. Yay.
We appreciate it.
Well done, gentlemen. Now let's quickly check up with the social media sphere right now. Wanda says, I salute them all who passed, but what I'm scared of is, will they go to university? Damofo says, Happy New Year and welcome back, Expressions. It's good to be back indeed, Damofo. I hope our class of 2018 did live to their expectations. They really worked hard. So Nobile says the results did not live up to any expectations. First of all, those results were a political stunt. They are not a true reflection of the real results. How do we celebrate quantity over quality? And I think, can we, Trevor, there's always the question of the type of matriculants that we're trying to breed. I mean, a viewer here says the quality of matriculants that we're producing is not really up to scratch. Quickly, what's your response?
So I think that's very disappointing. I mean, I think that flies in the face of the 150,000 distinctions that learners achieved. I mean, out of the 800,000 that wrote, 78.2% of those passed, and we achieved over 150,000 distinctions. That means that 150,000 learners will now be eligible to go on and study further. So I think it's disappointing when you receive those kind of comments, but I think that's why we're here. We're here to educate people, and we're here to help them understand that it's a work in progress, and we definitely are trying to achieve greater, and that's why you see the upward trajectory, 75 to 78. So I think the class of 2019, definitely, as I said, I mean, the baton goes out to them now. They should now take it up and increase it and change such sentiments as well.
Absolutely. Well, again, Mbugeli Lapikaya, we continue with this all-important discussion after the break. Remember to phone a friend, to tell a friend that the hottest current affairs show is now showing. Back after this.
Welcome back. You're watching Expressions, SABC's biggest current affairs show. And we are back. 2018. We are starting it, at least 2019, eh? I'm still lost. We're starting it with a bang. And of course, we're celebrating the class of 2018 in terms of matriculants. And the poll question that we're asking you this evening is, did the matric class of 2018 live up to the expectations? And of course, having guests like Katleho, clearly they did. Guys, obviously we have to wrap things up, and I think for you, Katleho, I just want to find out. I mean, 2019, the class of 2019 is watching the show currently right now. They're looking at you and they're saying, you know what, I want to be just like you. What advice do you want to give them in terms of just being able to be a top achiever, but I think most importantly being able to, realize what they wanted to do?
I think I'll just say, know when to have fun and know when to work hard. Don't be scared to ask for help from teachers. I know teachers at my school, St. Mary's, were great help. Don't let anyone stand in the way of you attaining your dream. I mean, if you can believe it, you can just go with it and you won't stop.
Amazing. Black girl magic. And I think for you, Terence, we know that when we say numbers like 78.5%, we know that there is the other side of that, where young people, or at least matriculants, have not done well. As the department, how are you going to ensure that we see that number improve, so that we move from 78% and we move to 100%?
I think definitely consistency and hard work. I think, like I've been saying, that the class of 2018 has really given us a benchmark. They've shown us what's possible. And I think as we go into the 2019 academic year, which begins tomorrow, from day one, we encourage teaching and learning to be taking place from the first day, because it's all about making sure that you really apply yourself and you're consistent with that application from day one. I mean, the department is here. We do offer support to the provinces, to the teachers, and to the learners themselves. Yeah. But it's also up to them as well, just to be appreciative of that support and to take it on, and to really champion their own cause as well, because we cannot do it for them. They have to really take up the cudgels and do it. But we are here to provide the support, and as the 2019 academic year begins, we wish everybody well, and we hope that everybody will be applying themselves from tomorrow.
Yeah, and they have to. It's consistency. It's all about consistency. Guys, thank you so much for coming through. Terence Katlaho, thank you so much. Wow, we're so proud of this class of 2018. I think Expressions must get credit, because you know we've been giving you proper shows.
They've done really well indeed, guys, and Halalisela, and to the gentlemen as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, Mugeli, at the back of that, you know, we always want to know what you would like for us to discuss. That's why we check in with your video diary for this week. Roll it.
Hello Expressions, can you talk about the frustrations faced at tertiary institutions such as online registration and NSFAS funding?
Now, the big question was, did the matric class of 2018 live up to expectations, Jackie, right? And about 70% of the people thought yes, and just about 30% thought no. No,
right? So I mean, that's a pretty good number, Mko. That's a pretty good number, and that's why I'm really excited about, you know, the show that we're going to be doing next week, because as much as we want you as matriculants to do exceptionally well, we know that there's another important step every season that you all get into, and that is basically university, right?
The
tertiary
next
institution.
Chapter, which is tertiary, which can also be challenging for other young people. Mbugeli Lapekaya, thank you so much for joining us on our very first installment of 2019. We're promising you nothing but the best, Mtasekaya. We're playing you out, of course, with Island exclusive this evening. They better take it away.
Adios. Bye.
Yeah. Gotta press on, life still goes on. Whatever struggling I've been facing on, yeah, never give up. Yeah. Gotta press on. Mama told me stay strong. Whatever struggling I've been facing on, yeah, never give up. Yeah. Never give up. Never give up. Whatever testing I've been facing on, yeah, never give up. Yeah. Never give up. Yeah. Never give up. Whatever struggling I've been facing on, yeah, never give up. Never give up. Never give up when I give it up. Yeah. Doubt gonna come on you, then gonna fly on you, don't get confused. That you got the power. Take every door, every hour. DNA in the power. Things turn up on the shit. I'll be cruising with my gang. We be doing this every day. We be doing this every day. Anywhere and every day. Life still goes on. Whatever struggling I've been facing on, yeah, never give up. Yeah. Gotta press on. Mama told me stay strong. Whatever struggling I've been facing on, yeah, never give up. Yeah. Stop the clock. Cut off telephone. When I use the switch.